Bulb is just gonna end up feeding, and that's just gonna. So switch this up here. America, good to go.
For battle.
And all right, we're good to go. So we've got a Wraith Band starting us off here for the Juggernaut. At least he's going to be picking up that Slipper of Agility in the side shot. But you look at this early TP from Aoi, and this is the kind of ward play I'm looking for. At least a block, or perhaps some good intel. Sometimes you're going to see him move through this path, so I'd like to maybe see a more northern ward. This is nice because it doubles up on the block. Especially this is the two corners of the pole camp spawn. Obviously you have the option of putting it south or north. But in this case here, it's just essentially making it so that it's unlikely for them to get the double sentry unless they've already run the gauntlet of warding metagame through their 6 games and figuring out how Aoi likes to block his poles. This doubles up nicely, and we have knobs here on the lane as well. It looks like it might be a level 1 rune fight. I think I favored DC in this. The only difference factor is Derp's Winter Wyvern. That Arctic Burn actually does a hell of a lot in a level 1 clash. You hit like 3 or 4 heroes with it, and you're taking away their HP dramatically. But softening them up won't actually deliver first blood, and that's what we're going to be seeing pursued here. First, Yawar baits him forward a little bit. Gonna have that avalanche available, tosses him back over to his allies, but the Darkslayer is very tanky and the Tiny is not. Tiny not only fails to acquire the bounty rune, but he actually feeds first blood to 747. The misplay from Yawar, I would say. I mean, the toss back there. I've seen some cute plays where like a hero like Anti-Mage would link on a cliff, and then you toss him to that guy, but that's not what happened, and yeah, I'm kind of astonished that he chose. I mean, obviously he didn't choose his target. Suan was just the closest one available, but it wasn't what he wanted. And these lanes have broken down to something a little bit different. They've actually swapped SLTV to the safe lane position. He can skill level 1 sprint and just avoid the static link, looks like. Then, of course, Tiny's gonna be on mid. But that Lich is actually tri-laning bottom with TC. Oh no, they're rotating Aoi. Okay, so TC and Buryu on the bottom lane for now, opposing the Juggernaut, and Aoi will TP up to help out Bulba. So they are going to try to focus on the 2-1-2 here, and he gets back in time to get the stack out, which is nice. So right now, dual lanes up top here, Derp, and Will Easy. Good potential to actually get a kill on the Skywrath if he mispositions, but we'll see. Aoi, for right now, an Observer Ward just right smack dab in the middle of it. Actually get a kill off for it very quickly. We'll go for still get the pull off, and despite the slowing effects, it's gonna connect nicely. Down bottom, we do see some damage coming into 747. Mana burn as well. He's gonna have to Blink Fury just to keep mana in play here as Anti-Mage just breaks it over and over again. No amount of Arcane Aura is gonna make up for that loss. He's probably gonna only get one more spin this laning phase. Oh whoa, Skirls Maiden pretty far forward too. They can't fight right now. They just gave Juggernaut a clarity. And DC's like, okay, come at me, and takes the last bit of mana away. Oh my. I actually feel like this dual lane has just fallen apart very quickly. They can't pull the camps. The Anti-Mage doesn't have control, or sorry, the Juggernaut doesn't have control of the Creequilibrium right now as Lich continues to sacrifice and pull it back towards the Dire side. And of course, now we don't have any mana on the Juggernaut, so he becomes significantly less threatening. This dual lane's working out really well, but we'll have to keep our eye on mid lane and see if there's maybe a possibility of a kill here. We got Derp. Maybe just looking for the Courier snipe with that Arctic Burn. You get some more damage potential on it, but little Courier's gonna hang out in Fountain and not gonna be delivering that bottle for a little bit longer here, just 7 gold. So, just depends on the patience of Derp. He is in biz for the moment, but that will be expiring shortly. In the meantime, AUI still holding on to his sentry ward here. I believe if he clicked the Wyvern, he should have seen that ward come out, but obviously you can't have your focus on everything all at once. Didn't see it until just recently. Puts down the sentry, easy ops for him, and yeah, he doesn't miss any pulling action. Pretty much exactly where he wants it to be. This is intentional. This is going to be intentional suicide from Stan King, and he's going to buy out all these items to maybe go for a smoke play here. They know they need to really make up for lost time. Derp hasn't really gotten anything done. He's been stalking this Courier so long, and he's actually going to leave right when it comes out on the map here at 3:15. It gets upgraded to a Flying Courier, and even being microed around to be Bottle Crow. So essentially that prevents Derp from having any real possibility of sniping this courier, and it means he just wasted a hell of a lot of time. He will be going for a flank to gank now. It's going to be a single iron shell for the moment, now a double iron shell going in on to the Tiny. He's got one avalanche, he's got to use it carefully. He uses it on the Darkseer, tosses the Darkseer back, and will be getting safety. So that's a lot of damage received by both Derp and Xion, and of course, Yawar gets away and survives. In bottom lane, we're actually going to see a 1-for-1 here, support for support. The cores immediately go for their support characters, and we see the Crystal Maiden and the Lich fall very quickly. Top rune engagement here, we're going to see Xion take a lot of damage. AUI gets the last hit, right clicks, and actually just walks up and grabs himself a bounty rune, which is not irrelevant, since Wyvern is actually still level 1 as a result of that. So yeah, level 1 Winter Wyvern really not able to do much this game. You're not going to get your higher points of Splinter Blast anytime soon, and yeah, in general you're really hurting. Your level 6 is going to be delayed significantly. Bulba maybe wants to make something happen here on really dizzy. They actually get the splash onto Derp. They could just go for the kill here. Bulba finish him off. One more hit, but he can't go through the trees. Derp breaks the tree line, and Bulba doesn't pursue him. He instead goes for the crush and Will Easy, and Derp is hiding, trying to survive. I think they're going to see him though. Dire Vision, they don't. So Will Easy going to salve, and Derp trying to buy himself some time, get the Arctic Burn back up and get away. In the meantime, Anti-Mage does kill off Juggernaut, so that's just a good bit of Frost Blast, and of course the Mana Break right clicks. There's not much more to that. He just was a little bit too far forward, and the Stand King couldn't help him out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, things are getting very hot and heavy all across the map very quickly. Derp does survive since they didn't see his little juke path there, but even still, we're gonna see Juggernaut now having the advantage in the lane as he comes back with full mana. He's gonna right down to Buryu with the spin, but can TC kill off Stand King in time? Yo, the TP comes out at the last moment, right before his activation lands. See, we need to reduce Anti-Mage's base attack time even further, it looks like. But yeah. It's going to be just the Lich kill with no trade this time around, and that doesn't begin to make up for the fact that Anti-Mage just killed Juggernaut, but at least he gets something back. Darkseer and Tiny both wearing each other down in mid lane, but it's actually going to be okay for both of them. They're just going to Bottle Crow and go back to the fountain to recharge and see what they can do on the rest of the map. Here's what actually Ishkaveld goes when he's been in the mid lane. Like, what do you actually look at? Just look for the standard early arcanes? Nope, he's gonna go for the mech rush, and I have to say that I think that's gonna give them a lot more momentum when he finishes that item. He's just gonna be able to get so much push potential with his allies. But AUI is flanking really nicely. If they can just silence the Surge, no, it's too late. The Surge will expire shortly though. The Concussive's still sticking around in terms of slowing effects. Can maybe get the toss back here. It looks like he will. Yagami gets that base movement speed advantage thanks to the Grow passive. Is able to deliver that hard last hit. 747, losing a lot of life. Nothing for him here. And he knows the mana void's there, so he can't TP. Up top, Bulba gonna be caught inside the static link, but he'll just go ahead and surge away. Or what do you call it? Sprint, yeah. A lot more generic, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, while the top lane seems to be suppressing things quite heavily, and for Root, I just have to say that right now TC is just doing so much work in the bottom lane. He's topping last hits while killing off the Juggernaut. He's 3-0, and now that means he's 3750 on net worth. They need to rotate the Wyvern down, I think, and really just need to bring some real damage to bear against him. Frostbite, level 1, I think is going to be a big factor too. The Crystal Maiden, the standard here is to go 2 points in Aura and then max your Crystal Nova, picking your ultimate up around 6. But that means your Frostbite level 1, your good disable against Anti-Mage that prevents him from escaping, is actually going to be very low rank for a very long time. War and Aoi converging to the top lane here with Bulba. They have a great flank here, and with Intreads they have a crush. But they'll just go and get the bottle sip so he can even add on the amp damage. And they're going to go right for him. A TP to force him back a little bit. There's the toss crush I was talking about in the draft. And the Chain Frost will bounce over for a guaranteed set of kills. Probably had those kills so cleanly that they didn't need the Chain Frost, but it's always good to that in that fashion. So now they're 7-3 in terms of kill lead. Darkseer just really needs to get that back and start pulling his weight for the team, because so far it's been pretty ugly for Root. I mean, you just look at the top 4 of the net worth, and it's very clearly the solo Bulba who is winning out compared to the Razor. 747, I'm not sure if this is the right way to use spin. If they baited in a little bit, that could have been great. I think that was the intention. Okay. So, essentially, what you're looking at there is if 747 uses a spin, that's for Anti-Mage to go in and start burning some mana. But the second he does that, he'd get hit by the Frostbite and then the Omni Slash. The only reason he didn't do that is because this Observer Ward told him where the Crystal Maiden was. So, very wise of the Lich for you to actually contribute that ward, and that he doesn't get solo killed by the Jugger, or duo killed, whatever, what have you. Farming the lane, building themselves up. I think the Tiny might want to go for a Blink Dagger here too, just to really turn on the aggression. But, you know, farming items are good too. You are against the Juggernaut, you're not going to find that many assassination opportunities against him. So, I can see it going both ways. Seeing the Tiny go for Shadow Blade, for Blink Dagger, and of course the Aghanim Scepter. Drums is actually not too bad here either. I would actually love to see drum difference, but we're gonna see actually Yawar and some trouble here to go for the toss back. The crush won't succeed, but they have enough damage. Bring on pretty low. He will, however, use his Invis Rune, sneak away before the amp damage connects. And we've got a nice little flank here from 747. Should be a quick pick here on Buryu. Omni slashing him down and walking away proud. So that's the 4th kill for the Juggernaut. His KDA now 4-2 and 0. Outpacing that of the anti-mages, but still behind in net worth, thanks to the lane suppression this Lich has created. By always keeping the Creepilibrium back here, the Juggernaut just hasn't felt safe to farm, and whenever he comes up, Anti-Mage and Lich are just pummeling him back. I do have a nice little flank here. It's going to be 747 coming in to the side, but DC knew about it with the ward, and despite the Frostbite, I think he's going to be okay here. He'll burn a little bit more HP, one blink forward, looking for the kill, but the Magic Stick might have baited him too far, and he just goes for the TV. No, the fake! Oh, that's beautiful. Does he have enough to survive Stand King? Yes! The Perseverance regen and the 4-man shield allows him to survive through it all, and TC outplays them for a double kill. Just dumpstering the Abyss of Suffering. That was just amazing. Had the ward, knew exactly what was coming. Does essentially what I would call a double fake. First, he goes in against him and looks like he's going to win the fight, but doesn't. Man's going to disable him. Then, once he gets disabled, pops the Mana Void, goes ahead and starts TPing away because the Juggernaut just healed himself off nicely. But because he doesn't have a healing ward, that's not a sufficient heal to actually save him from the anti-mage. The Juggernaut can only run. Once the Juggernaut starts running, the anti-mage is like, oh, I'm just teeing away, and Juggernaut thinks he can get a kill in that 3-second duration. Canceling the TP, he finds himself a kill, and in turn a double. Beautifully from TC. That was just, that's what you need to do as a skilled NA player, is just outplay your opponents, out-mind game them, know exactly what they're capable of, and just push them to the limit. So we see a massive advantage for the anti-mage now, over 6,000 net worth in the off lane, while his other cores are doing just fine and dandy as well. Very impressive. Derp is getting a lot closer to level 6 than I expected though. He's actually brought himself up to level 5, while all the other heroes are at 7 and above. This is still a lot better than I expected when I saw how long that he was sitting on his level 1.
Gold is a great conductor.
Another Omni Slash available. Aoi, a very vulnerable target, but he should be able to get this Ancient Seal off in time if he needs to. So it's going to be a spin into Omni Slash, and Aoi going to try to get that silence off first. Will get it just in time, and now can Mystic Flare him for nearly a solo kill. But it is going to be TC to clean it up. Actually, Aoi gets the last TS experience as Jugger kills this guy right before the death. Now toss back here onto Derp. Chain Frost will come out. Again, he just wants the kills to go out clean with no trade whatsoever. Down bottom, looks like SLTV wants to make a play happen. He does not have a Blink Dagger though, so we're going to have this flanking TP. They're just going to look for the tower deny. They don't have to dive on this, but if they get that combo, then it's going to work out fine. And it's going to be Avalanche, then the Crush, then the Toss, nearly killing off Suan, but actually leaving both pretty low HP. One more reinforcement to deny the tower before the Razor can get his hands on it. No, they go for the Crush forward with that toss, and that's Will Easy. Going to be dropping very low. The Magic Wand, Tread Swap, not enough to keep him alive, and now Stand King in some real trouble. He will be tossed upon. Surge or not, he goes down. And here in mid lane, we do see 47 unable to find his Omni Slash on Buryu solo. Jeez. Just getting disastrous very, very quickly. Already 5-0 on the anti-mage. 4 deaths on this Juggernaut. Even if he gets 5 kills, 4 deaths is still really bad for the way he wanted to start this game. Let's still find Aoi here, just kind of trying to find a quick opportunity, but there's the silence, and there's the combo. Easy. Easy. Ancient Seal right now amplifies magical damage received by 40%, so of course the Avatos is probably the one thing that benefits from it the most. Lich's damage is quite significant, but really you're looking for that big 2-hit combo from the Tiny, and that's another reason why this Blink Dagger Rush is so good. I'm curious if he still goes for the drums though. I do, once again, think it's really good this game, because StarLadder, Anti-Mage, and Tiny all get a lot out of attack speed. Not
Radiant's
let alone
middle
movement.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think he goes Blink Drums. I think that's pretty solid. For now, he's got a Haste Rune, and that might just be a dead hero here. If anybody tries to contest him, he's got so much potential. He does go for the toss and then haste himself away. Anti-Mage is here, looking to maybe clean things up. Can they get one more TP up top is the question. They're hanging around here, doesn't have an ultimate to stop a TP. Now he does, but in the meantime, the tier 1 tower falls to the Razor. Oh, Tiny coming in, going for the combo, but Sion heals up real easy. They're gonna actually be able to punish the Tiny here. Magic Wand will not save him, and Chain Frost will actually bounce. That's a kill on the Razor, but now can Buryu get out in turn? Luke's broken, Bulba coming in, he's trying to bait them together, but they're only gonna get the 1-man crush, and I'm not sure there's gonna be enough unless TC comes in. Right clicks required before they drop down that Mana Void. Now Buryu in some trouble here, so just spinning on him to get the kill. And even look to maybe pursue onto Bulba. That's ill-advised though. As now TC has a flank, and they can just get the rush, burn some mana. And now as long as only TC tanks the Omni Slash, Bulba keeping his distance, they're gonna be fine. But no, Bulba is the one to take the Omni Slash still. 747 can't finish him off, so close, but so far. 30 HP left on Bulba as he'll jump himself away. Wow, that was actually just insanely close, but a lot of things favoring DC here. 17-7. Net worth and experience gonna continue to push in their favor, and they're just getting started, guys. These guys can actually not only fight, they can rat hard. We're just gonna see a toss under tower, but the creep wave is taking one of the auto attacks. Real easy. Needs a few more hits to nuke him down. Crimson May dropping a great critical with the vacuum back, and despite the toss, they're actually gonna kill them all. Oh my gosh, that Crystal Maiden ultimate did so much work inside the back wall as well. Let's just look at that damage. 1800 damage, 16 minutes in. That's the power of a Crystal Moon. If you get a little bit of luck, then you get the perfect setup where every single disable is already on cooldown. The Avalanche and the Silence are on cooldown, and I believe the toss was used for damage rather than the stun. Bulba has a nice little opportunity to jump on Derp here, but with the mechanism nearby, they're gonna have to fight for it. No, the mechanism not on cooldown yet, and they'll swing them down real quick. Now, Aoi has gone for the mechanism here, but I feel like he's not actually going to be able to use it very often until he gets the Guardian Greaves, where it becomes mana free. In fact, mana provisionary. Probably gotta have to decide between using a few of his spells and that mechanism, just because of how mana hungry Skywrath Mage really is. Bulba gonna be able to amp up Roshan, but they're not sticking around here. They're looking for a kill at the same time they do Roshan. This is the best way to cover it so that you can guarantee it. And with the Vladimir's offering, Anti-Mage can do that no problem. The Observer Ward has an eye on 747. Now we're looking for the Blink Rush. There was supposed to be an Avalanche to knock him out of the box. That was really nicely done. They just have such good reach. And of course, they have great vision now that they've dropped this ward in the Radiant Jungle and had this one all along. Along with this mid ward, they're just suppressing Brood to the point that if they farm anywhere by themselves, you're going to have 2 or 3 heroes jumping right on top of you. One of them blinking naturally, 2 of them blinking with daggers, and now recklessly with the Aegis the Immortal in tow. A scary place to be if you're one of the root, but right now we're just going to keep an eye on tier 1 tower mid, where Crystal Mid might need to pull out some more
Radiant structures
ice magic. Really just needs to make that work. Chain Frost mini stuns. Every hero has a disable. that capacity, and
Radiant's middle
it's just so hard to get that ability off. Now we're just going to see him jumped on. Mechanism and Surge not going to be enough to get CM out after the hard lockdown from the Slar Tiny. It's just they're so good at isolating targets, and they might want to go for more here. The Blink Crush is available, but 747 has that.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Interesting stuff here. We're going to see actually UR go for a full-on utility build here. He's all about initiating, getting in and out of the fights easily, and now with the Force Staff, he has less late game potential because he's going to have to sell that item. But if he can make some plays with it now, then they might not have to worry about a late game. They could honestly win the game within the next 5 minutes if they play their cards right, and Root know this. They know the danger, so they're going to try to make up for it here and now. Smoking forward, they're going to break the smoke under this ward, it looks like. Will's Bulba's watching eye. So this is going to be very dangerous. The smoke breaks. Owie, can he get the silence? Yes, he does. Juggernaut locked down, but he's actually so fast he might dodge out most of their spells, so he will fall along with the Darkseer. And that freezing field, it is pretty far off to do enough damage. Will Easy has strike clicks coming in, but it looks like he can't finish anybody off. And in the meantime, TC dives forward and kills off that Crystal Maiden. One more hit will be Will Easy going down for a full 5-man wipe and a GG well played. 12,000 net worth favoring Digital Chaos, 14,000 experience, and a less than 20-minute game. Just a very impressive showing, knowing how they can find their timings and collaborate for kills. Move together, they strike together swiftly before there's any response from Root, and despite a very wise build in the Darkseer rushing the mech, they're just not able to actually find that 5-on-5 fight. Everything was so scattered. Everything just came down to pickoffs and pickoffs and pickoffs, which came down to the wards that the Swords placed to set those up. So really, there was all this just line of things that Digital Chaos did right, and Root didn't win the lane days sufficiently to really make up for all that. The Juggernaut in particular really struggled, and the Darkseer, I would say that he kind of went even against Tiny.